night, Carlos and Jay, alright. Talking love so bright under the studio lights. Dating tips galore, they're never a bore. Laughing till we're sore, tuning in for more. Love in black and white, they keep it loose and tight. Putting love back in sight with every funny bite. Relationships they break, from real to all that's fake. These guys never flake, always make you stay awake. Love in black and white, Carlos, Jake, take flight. Keep your love in mind so right, every single night. Through laughter, tears, and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear. Through laughter, tears, and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try and put the love back in you right. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollings. With as usual, we have the host with the most, part-time famous, full-time funny, Carlos Anthony.
What's happening? What's happening? What's going down?
Let me see if I have any. I have some media assets. Let's see what I got. Do I got any fucking pam pam pam? No, I don't. Breaking news.
No, is that what this is?
Well, we're moving on now.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, it's been what's it been, 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Minimal, yes.
Okay, you're coming in with a little bit of an attitude today, Carlos. I see. What up, Sanders? What up, Moody in the chat? Happy Wednesday. Yes, Sanders. We have a great show for you today. I just noticed that you have did you put that link in here? This, let me see what this is.
Oh, I'm like, what you looking at? I'm thinking you.
Oh, it's the Alec Baldwin thing.
I've been putting so many topics in there for the past.
I appreciate that. Everybody should give Carlos his flowers. For
Let me go see what I put in there. I don't remember.
I'm opening this link. I'm going to present it. So this was
Sanders?
Fucking brutal, dude. Okay. Let me share.
What up, Stephen? What up, Natasha?
Share screen. There we go. Is it this one? No, it's that one. Okay. All right. Can you see it?
I can. Oh, yeah.
Dude, this is fucking. So for anybody that hasn't seen this, what if I switch to my screen? It's just fucking dudes just banging. Like,
and I'd log off immediately and ask you to clear your cache. Hey.
My cache.
Yeah, is that what they call it? The cache?
Cache. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I'll blow it up like this. Okay, so I'll play this for anybody that hasn't seen it. This is Alec Baldwin's wife, who is born in Boston, but she English is her second language. Anyways, let's play it.
The Ilaria show.
No, I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
You're
You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why. Yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No.
Look at his face.
I mean, I think this is a really.
Oh my God, he's seething.
Raw show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances. And I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it feels like to have it be out there, and then we'll see, if people like it. That's.
Oh my God! All right, let me. Dude, how do I stop sharing this? Holy shit! Fucking brutal. Brutal. Uh, yo,
Hey man,
I'm, just
listen.
like- I'm actually glad you put this
He
in here.
handled it. He handled it very well.
Yeah,
He handled
until
it
he got
very
home,
well.
and then
Oh
started.
man, if I'm not talking, you're not talking. When I'm not talking, you're not. Oh no, I would have fucking lost it. I don't know, man. My blood pressure, let me check. Yeah, my blood pressure went up right watching that video. Because why? Why would you do that? Why would you
Dude,
do
and they're only interviewing her because she is his wife.
that? Right. Nobody knows her. Who is she? What is her name? I don't even know her name. I mean, what did she do?
Helenia or I don't even fucking know, dude. Okay, so let's role play. So I'll play whatever her name is, Ms. Baldwin, and you're or would you, I'm your girl, whatever. And we're at a red carpet event,
Man, I gotta do
and
better for myself. But go ahead.
wait till you see my daily video I posted today. It'll all make sense. You gotta do better than yourself. Hey, fuck you, man. You might not be my first choice. Anyways, okay, so we'll role play. So let's say I'm getting interviewed. I'm the girl in this, and then you say your little thing. So I'll be like, yeah, so yeah, I try and do this, and then you say your part.
Hey, so she's gonna do fantastic.
Hey, when I'm talking, you talk. Shh, shh, you don't talk.
Then I'm gonna take my head. I'm gonna mush. I'm gonna mush you slowly. Mush you out
That's
of the frame.
fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly mush you out the frame, and I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, just watch the show." But she and I have to go have a conversation right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm like, what up, Natasha? I'm like, how do you handle that? I mean, like you said, how he handled it is probably the only thing he could have done better is have a better poker face, like laugh it off or something, and be like, "Oh, you crazy? All right, I'm gonna go over here." And then off camera, she's looking at me like, "I'm."
But that's the realness in that moment is that when shit happens like that, it's hard for people who have facial expressions, and he's known to have facial expressions even when he acts. And so it's hard for that not to come out. So that was a real reaction for him. Like he's really trying to gather himself to see, do I respond to this motherfucker right now, or do I just keep my mouth closed and try to politely walk off like I did because I'm seething at this particular point.
Dude, that is the perfect word. Seething is how I would be. I would be fucking livid, seething. All right, I'm just gonna play it one more time because it's so funny to me. Let me fucking get zoomed in here. Oh, God.
No, I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking,
I'm
you're not
sorry.
talking.
Look at his
This is why,
face right there. Look at him looking at the camera. That is fucking just lava, hot lava inside.
Let it play just a little bit more and watch the next response.
We'll have to
That's
just
do I
cut him
say
out of
something
the
to her?
show.
This
No,
is okay.
I mean, I think this is a
Right
Let me
there.
get my
Yeah,
shit,
that
that's the
fucking
let me
deep
get my
breath.
shit together. Look, that's the okay. Did she really do that?
Dude,
Yes,
the
yes.
sigh, the deep sigh, and looking up like count to 10.
a really
Count to 10. How do I rewind
raw
that?
show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances.
Hey, how you doing today? How you
Yeah,
doing?
he
You
tried
good?
to play it off. Oh, fuck, dude. I would
Man.
fucking kill. Hey, what up, Victoria? I mean, what's the? I know this is spur of the moment, and I'd have to think about it too. I'm trying to think. Have you ever been in a situation where someone disrespected you like that?
Absolutely.
Oh
Absolutely.
shit!
Yeah.
What was the scenario? What happened?
Out with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and someone else came up to speak, and she basically was trying to give me the riot act of even talking to someone else in her presence. And I was like, again, it was one of those moments. It was a Baldwin moment where you like, as a man, we have a responsibility not to always be the aggressor, or even to come off like we are the aggressor, because we're going to look like the aggressor. If I start yelling and cussing your ass out, now everybody's looking at me as, oh man, why would he cuss that woman out like that? But
And then I'd be like, let's roll the tape.
right. Right, but from a distance, nobody. What does they say? From a distance, nobody knows who's the fool.
Right.
So it's one of those situations where I really had to kind of just take it in that moment, but it just kind of stuck right there in your mind, like, okay, nah, this ain't gonna be what I thought it was gonna be. This ain't somebody I want to be around for a long term at all.
Oh, dude. Natasha said in French we say I'll fucking just kill this, but reposer par le nez. Translation: breathe through your nose. It's for when you need to calm down immediately before getting out of your body. And Sanders said, so it wasn't a sister then, Carlos.
It was. And I mean, because they so listen. Minorities have a minority women, but they're quicker to pop off like that than my Caucasian sisters. They not you get the backhand, but yo, man, it's yeah, I don't, man, yeah, I'm feeling myself getting heated even thinking reliving the moment.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've had it in front of somebody. I mean, I remember this girl I met, and we went to the movies, and this is in Seattle. We parked in like a parking garage. We go to the movies. As we're in the movie, she's like fucking sees somebody she knows, so that she's like yelling across the theater at this chick, and then they're kind of like talking during the movie. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then when we were going back to the car, I could not find where I parked. Like, you know how parking structures, every level looks the same, and I forgot which floor. So she's just fucking, how stupid are you? You can't remember where the fuck you parked. What kind of a fucking idiot doesn't remember when he parked? And I go, well, you were with me, so you're a fucking idiot too then, because you don't remember. You don't remember either. Fucking genius. Come on, Einstein, where we parked. Dumb shit.
Like, she's gonna let you walk around for hours. Like, wow, she had the answer the whole time. Yeah, right.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, that chick got me like so heated when I was taking her home, and I can't remember what was said, but it got to the point where I literally pulled over. I was like, get out. And then she was like, what? I go, get the fuck out. I'm good. Get out.
We out. We good here.
I fucking dropped her off in the Central District on Rainier Avenue. Anyways, yeah, just like you said, starts getting you seething. This fucking
because
how fucking stupid you got to be. You can't remember where the fuck you parked. I'm like, you were with me, dipshit. I'm like,
but it's that mentality right there. What Baldwin's wife did, and anybody else, man or woman, it's the pure audacity of you to level up like that to that degree that now we have to temper ourselves to not respond to your foolishness. Like, yes. Then people wonder why people come up missing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm just trying to, like, playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to, is there any way you can spin it where you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I just look at it like, if you're in a relationship with someone, whether it's your girl, your wife, whatever, that's home team. That's home team, right? And you don't have your business out in the streets, you know? So like, even if maybe this is something he always does, I don't know, but you address that shit in private. You don't on camera.
Live. Yeah.
I'm talking. I'm like, bitch, they only talking to you because you have my last name.
And she's talking to him like he's a child. That's
yes.
You do that when you're talking to a child. Like, you know, don't interrupt an adult. That man is a grown ass man, and so why would you speak to him as if he was 3? And he wasn't doing anything in this particular situation. He wasn't doing anything he was actually giving her praise.
He was supporting her. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of saying, thank you, babe, thank you. So, but as I was saying, you know,
exactly.
That was next level. So the next episode of whatever that show is, the Baldwins, will be me filing paperwork to get her the hell up out of there.
Yeah, that when I saw that immediately, I was just like, what the fuck? And Moody said, where is it at? After knowing that he has a tricky finger.
All right. Yeah, you're living on the edge, baby. You are living on the edge. So they make first 48 hours episodes after chicks like you.
I'm looking at your Okay, I got these other topics. These are fucking great, Carlos. That's why I love you, Carlos. Fucking, you are the man.
Hey man,
Uh,
this is my wheelhouse.
yeah. Dealing with crazy bitches. All right. If your greatest contribution to a relationship starts with a body part, you have nothing to offer. I fucking wait, like as the kids say, right?
Oh, that's you doing the okay. You doing
Yeah.
the snapping for the, the love
Yeah.
Jones. We're doing
Yeah.
the love.
Oh, yeah. What made you put this in here?
I don't. It's because again, it's been so long. I tried to remember. I think some woman had told me, or I had overheard, or someone had told me that some lady was pretty much saying, "Yeah, what you get is all this." It's like, what are you bringing to the table? Well, you get all this. Like, what is this? Like, what does that mean? What can I do with that outside of the normal? Have sex and then going about my business. So if that's the best thing that you have to offer is for men, if you offering your dick, or for women you offering your body, if that's all you have to offer to somebody in a relationship, then you have nothing to offer, because it has
Yeah.
to be greater than that.
If a girl is like, if I'm just talking to somebody, I just meet somebody at the bar and they're like, well, I all this, I'm like, when you do this, all I see is bills. I just see fucking money going out. I don't, that means nothing for me. I remember, I won't say his name, but a buddy of mine that I used to work with, like 30 years ago at Verizon, but he started making pretty good money, and he was talking about hiring escorts, and he was like, he goes, it's the best. I sexually I'm satisfied, and I don't stress about them being there, and I'm it's like a guaranteed getting laid, versus I might go out with a girl. Now I understand it's different goals, like
Right.
it's different if there's like a girl that you have interest in, and you're like, oh, I want to see where this goes, versus a girl that's going like, oh, I offer all this. Be like, well, I could just get a hooker.
Because that's how you're presenting yourself,
right?
And
Exactly.
I think that's what people, and I would never tell a woman what she should be doing, but it's that if you're presenting yourself like that, and I thought about this, I did think about this earlier. I don't know what I was doing, but that popped in my head, is that when you're presenting yourself a certain way, then that's how people perceive you. That's how they receive you. So if that's how you're presenting yourself, is, oh shoot, man, this is all I have to offer. It's just this. Then then you're presenting yourself as a prostitute or a whore that can be bought. So what makes these dudes not treat you like such?
Dude, I don't know if I've ever told this story on here, and I got to be careful as I tell it. Did I ever tell you the story about a girl I dated? Like, it was my girlfriend for like 3 years, that became an escort.
I think I vaguely remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So there's a girl I dated when I lived in Seattle, and then I had moved to Florida. Me and her had broke up or whatever years after that, or before that. I'm in Florida, and a buddy, and this is how old this is. This is back when the AOL Instant Messenger was like hot. so I'm on AOL Instant Messenger.
My time, carry on.
I don't think it's before your time. Let's.
It's way before. I don't remember the
Carlos, I'm talking, Carlos.
Hey, bitch.
Yeah, I know. So this is way back in AOL Instant Messenger. Anyways, so I'm in Florida, and a buddy of mine that still lived in Seattle, we're shooting the shit or whatever on Instant Messenger, and he goes, hey, is this I'm gonna just make up a name, is this we'll just say Mary, this girl Mary. He's like, hey, is this Mary? And sends me a picture of a chick that looked like my ex, but was a little heavier. And I was like, I go, and they're like in lingerie, right? And I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, it kind of looks like Mary, but she's a little bit bigger. And then he sends me another picture, and there's like a tattoo that Mary had, and I was like, oh shit, that is. I go, what the fuck? What are these pictures of her in lingerie? What is this? So
I just bought her.
Yeah, exactly. I got her off fucking Temu. But he sends me a link, which I don't know if I even asked him. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you looking around at escort sites? But he sends me a link to her website, and she's an escort. So I've always been pretty like or not judgmental. Like I've always said with people I date, like I don't care about as long as it doesn't affect our future. I don't care about your past. As far as like you could tell me you used to be on drugs or you used to be a stripper or maybe whatever you were, as long as it doesn't affect our future, like you don't have any like fucking HIV or something, you know, and cool, whatever. So I'm not I don't think I'm a very judgmental person with that shit. So anyways, about I don't know, maybe a year or so later, I'm on Instant Messenger and Mary is on Instant Messenger. So I hit her up. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Because everybody that I've dated, I'm still like cool with. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, "Hey, so are you escorting? Are you like escorting now?" And she says, "Yeah." And then she, I mean,
looking for a date.
yeah, no. She was still in Seattle,
Oh, okay,
and
man.
I've been there, done that, you know. But she, the only thing that again, I don't judge her for whatever anybody does or sex work or whatever. I don't give a shit. But the only thing that kind of bothered me is she had a little sister that like idolized her, looked up to her, and she told me her little sister started doing it too after she did, and I was like, I don't know about all that, but as I'm talking to her again, because I'm curious, so I asked her, I was like, "What? Since you've been doing that, what is the craziest story you have from doing that?" So she goes on to tell me that she's, you know, with a client, and she's on top, she's going up and down or whatever. She goes up, penis comes out and breaks his dick. And then she had to take him to the ER. She had to take the dude to the ER, couldn't get the condom off because his dick is like a boomerang now. and I mean his dick's giving directions. It's like go left. But yeah, she was saying that was the craziest story. I'm trying to be really make sure I don't slip and say her name, but yeah, that was pretty wild. But it made me think of that when you know somebody that's going like, "Oh, I offer my vagina." Okay, cool. Anything unique to you?
But that's no different than women offering obviously their bodies and dudes throwing money out is the lead in to attracting a woman. Then that's what she sees. That's what she sees. So when you can't get mad at her if you've been throwing out money at her to get her attention, and she expects that same level of attention, I guess, for lack of better words, to be ongoing. So you can't call her a gold digger now
Yeah.
that you've been throwing money at her. Oh, all she wanted me was for my money. Well, that's what you presented. So she's just asking you to keep it up.
Yeah. Do you ever see those videos? I know they're all staged and horseshit, but those videos where like a guy will be dressed down very casually and then some chick is practically naked on just randomly on the street, starts talking to her, she gives him no play, and then he has a Ferrari just parked right there. But it's so stupid. But yeah, I always wonder, like when I was single and I was going to the clubs or whatever, like I wouldn't buy girls drinks at the bar. I just like, I mean, a lot of times the girl, that was like one of the first things, you want to get me a drink? And I was like, no, but I'll talk with you. I'd love to get to know you, but I don't buy girls drinks at the bar if I don't know them. I mean, I'm like, why not? Dude, I had so many women that would just like keep begging for drinks. And I'm like, I don't know you. This could be the same spiel you've done 10 times today and just getting hammered.
Right.
And yeah,
because why keep asking at that point? You know, why from that perspective, why keep asking after you told me no once, and why am I begging you to do something you just told me no for? No, I'm good. I'm gonna find somebody else that will.
No, I might if I'm vibing, I might get you a drink, but you asking, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I ain't never understood that. Never. I've been in that position too, where you be in a club and you gonna buy me a drink. Why? What is that going to do? Like, what is that doing for you? You know, me buying you a drink does what?
And you know what's funny? That's the exact same thing that they say at strip clubs. The strippers.
Oh yeah,
hey, give me a drink. I mean, so I've heard.
Yeah, no, I know. I concur. You gonna buy me a drink? And they drinks me $37. You like, wait a minute, wait a
No.
don't
And
y'all
that's
get a
not even
discount?
with the
What
dance.
here?
I hate strip clubs. I'm not knocking any strippers, but I just hate it because to me it's like going to a buffet and you see all this food, and then right as you're about to eat, somebody's like, "No, no, no, no. You can look at all this, but don't touch any of the food." Um,
You haven't
oh,
been to Chico Bonitas then.
wait, what'd you say? What the fuck did you just say?
You haven't been to Chico Bonitas then.
Chica Bonitas.
Yeah.
Where is that?
A hood spot down in North Vegas.
Chica Bonita. What
Not that
happened?
I've gone. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What have you
I
what have you heard
I
about
heard
Chica
the buffet
Bonita?
is open.
You heard what?
The buffet is open.
What, people are just fucking in the strip club?
I don't know. That's what I keep hearing about Chico Bonitas.
You're so full of shit.
It's located at
Where'd you-
1317 North Main Street.
Their hours are Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. to
Coming to the stage. Coming to the stage, right?
ask for Jimmy. He works at the doors on Thursdays and Fridays.
Oh, you know Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy. Oh, fuck, that's so funny. A woman told Carlos, quote, "All men require a woman to break down their flaws. All men," let me wrap my head around this. I'll read the rest of it. All men require a woman to break down their flaws. They just don't like it when women do it. Excuse me, what? They require.
Yeah, this was a interesting conversation I had with someone that I do know, but we were on obviously in DMs talking, and she was basically telling me that she's single because all the men that she's ever dated didn't like her breaking down their flaws, and that's how she goes into a relationship. Is I'm there to tell them what's wrong with them, and that all men need to be told what their flaws are, but they just don't like it. And I was like, well, why would you do that? Like, I mean,
Why would you do that? Wow.
because I didn't understand, and she never really explained that to me. But I was also like, that's such a weird way to go into a relationship. Is that you're telling me that you are, as a single person, you find somebody that you like, that you're attracted to, but I'm going into this with the purpose of, let me break you down first in order for you to see your flaws. And I'm like, but what is the benefit? So you just stay with somebody with all them flaws that you found?
And also, that's how she opens. That's her
Yeah.
opener.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
I used to have a joke where I mean, I kind of believe this, where I say, like, how a guy meets a girl, if we like her, then that's how we want her to be. Like, whereas a woman, when she meets a guy, she sees like the potential in him, and she sees how great he can be, which, you know, it's a nice thing. But then, so she may try and get him to that,
right.
where
I'm
like,
actually going to, while you talking, I'm actually going, because I want to make sure I say this verbatim. So go ahead, keep going.
yeah, she wants to change them, but in her mind, she's changing them for the better. Whereas we're like, I don't want you to change. I like how you are. That's why I started talking to you. So don't change.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the way it is. I mean, everybody has flaws. Everybody has a flaw. I don't care who you are. But this was, she says, I don't date nice guys because I'm generally mean. Say mean,
This chick
honest.
sounds like a cunt.
Yeah, mean, honest. I make them take accountability for who they are as a person. And I was like, what does it mean? You mean simply means that the men you gave an opportunity to require that. That's what I said. All men require that. They just all think they're perfect, and when I come in, I tend to break down the flaws and hyper focus on them, and they don't like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not trying to holler, but I mean, if I was and I knew that information, you definitely. I mean, why would anybody pursue that?
Yeah,
You're thinking, yeah, you're happy, but this is another part to this, is another little parallel off to that. People are so happy with trying to claim to be I'm a savage. Why?
yeah, dude. I don't know. Well, actually, I think we might have talked about this before. But I, like, for the longest, it sounds so corny, but I always said, I just want somebody nice. that's
Mhm.
genuinely a nice person, has a good heart, you know, that's all I want, you know. I mean, I want him to be attractive too, but
Absolutely. I
but
mean, you have
but you
no
know,
good
like personality, like yeah, all this like, oh, I don't need a man for shit, and I'm like, cool, then why are we talking? I mean, you know, you're good. You're like, I'm good on my own. All right, cool. Then
then
fucking
that works.
yeah,
Victoria said she want to fix them up. Yeah, I think that's the idea. She wants to fix them up, but I use this analogy this off the top of my head. It's literally like if you like remodeling houses and that's your thing, and you say, "Well, I'm gonna buy this house and I'm remodeling this house." It almost goes back to what you were just saying. I'm fixing this house up to make it what I want it to be. But I'm not gonna walk into a nice house, a brand new house, and be like, I want to rip out everything because I want to start from the ground floor again and rebuild this back up, even though there's just one hole in the wall over there that can be patched or
yeah.
it can be. It doesn't make sense.
We
It makes
we want a
no
new home, and women want a fixer upper.
right. so, right. So, and if it ain't nothing wrong with a fixer upper, just as long as you're doing that
Yeah.
from the mentality that, hey, listen, I already know that this is going to be work, but when we get to that point
Right.
where we reach that some progress, then I'm gonna be happy. I'm happy with this as it is, but I will be happier, I should say.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to do what she like, to get to the end goal of what I think she's trying to do. There's so many ways to go about it, and she is probably taking the absolute worst way to do it. Like, you could be like, you know, you could be supportive and like, maybe they need to lose weight, and you can either come in and be like, well, you're really obese and that can affect your heart and you're blah blah blah, or you can be like, hey babe, you know, I work out, do you want to go work out with me? Or, you know,
100%.
because I care about you, and I want to be with you for a long time, so I want you to be around for a while, you know.
But those are, I think a lot of people, unfortunately, in this day and age, they feel this desire to constantly have to try to break somebody down in order to make themselves feel good. I feel like, I don't know if that's if that's her goal or not, because you're not really helping somebody when you're telling someone, I go in being mean. Why?
Yeah.
Again, I keep asking that question. I think everything leads back to why with me. Why would you do? Why would you
why,
do
why
that?
would you do that? That's Carlos.
This shirt is coming up, man. We gonna have
He's
to.
confused. Why? I don't understand. Why would you do
Why would you do that?
that? Did you ask her why she's like that, and what did she say?
I mean, she never really gave a solid answer other than the fact that she thought men needed that, and I was like, not all. Maybe the men you're picking need that, and that's why you're picking them. But if you look for a guy who is genuinely set or generally set and he's solid, but obviously, like you said, maybe he's overweight or maybe he needs something physically that he can do, that he can pick himself up, then that's fine. But to assume that all men need to be fixed, yeah, you you gonna have a lonely life.
Yeah, and also, there's so much shit that you don't know about a person, as far as what could be affecting that.
Mhm.
Like I get, like, maybe she meets somebody and she's like, oh, he's cute or whatever, but he dresses kind of whatever. For me, for example, you know how hard it is especially when I was 415 pounds, how hard it was to find clothes that fit me and also that were stylish or that I liked. But if you just going off of just the exterior appearance, you have no fucking idea.
Right.
And so you just be like, well, I don't really, you could dress nicer. I'm like, I don't know if I can, because they don't fucking make it. You want me in high waters? I don't know what you.
But then that should be hella project. Then as if you want me to dress better, then you go help find the stuff that you feel like I would look good in for you.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. I mean, it's plenty of stuff out here that you could do to help me look better or feel better, if that's what you feel like I need. But don't degrade me and then expect for me to appreciate you. That's not gonna work.
And do you ever turn that mirror on yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, it's that idea that you have to be mean, man. I was like, Jesus H Christ. I bet you're a joy to be around in a relationship. You gotta be a joy.
Yeah. I read you. I'm going to save that one for last, because I just read the first part of it and I'm laughing. Okay, so I want to know what the backstory is on this. So Carlos wrote, if I ain't told you I'm shooting my shot, ain't no shot been tooken. He said taken, but I put tooken.
Is that what you said? You added taken?
I added tooken.
Yeah, so the
taken.
backstory on this is that I got accused of trying to talk to somebody that I never tried to talk to.
Who was he?
Like, huh? What'd you say? Nobody. It was nobody. It was somebody else's. First of all, I didn't know that this girl was this other dude's girl.
Oh.
And she was holding a conversation with me, and this weirdo came over and stood there, and I was like, "Oh, well, this is fucking weird." But we weren't talking about anything, the groundbreaking, and we went, "I mean, what time you coming over so I could fuck?" That it wasn't that conversation. It was about something completely nondescript, and he just kind of made it weird because he was standing there, and then come to find out it was his girl. And so I was sitting with somebody else a couple of weeks ago. And it was like, yeah, such and such said, did you try to talk to her? And I was like, what? And I was like, well, that's weird because the person who said that I had actually had a little moment with. So I was like, why would she say that? And she was there at the particular time that this whole situation was going on. So I was like, well, that's weird.
Are any of these girls comics?
One of them is.
The one that they think you shot your shot, or oh.
So I was like, well, why would she say that? Because first of all, she was sitting in between me and that other girl during this thing that we were at. And then after that, she wasn't even around when the dude came up. So I was like, well, why would she say that? And so I was so confused, but I said all that to be like, you know what? No, you know me. You haven't heard me say I shot my shot at anybody. No. But you would be one of the few people. I'd be like, hey, Jay, man, listen, I saw her, man. Listen, man. Matter of fact, I told you when we went to the Grand Canyon, I said, man, I wish I would have shot my shot at that girl in the blue.
Like, oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. She was like, where's she at?
Papa, though.
right.
Yeah, and I will say, like, Carlos is one of the like not trying to be funny, but like a very, very classy, like, one of the classiest dudes I know, and like, and very, he's just there's no other way to say it, but he's a stand-up guy, which is like an ultimate compliment I can give somebody. That's what my pops used to say. He's like, always be a stand-up guy, and that's and Carlos is very much a stand-up guy, gentleman, classy. So yeah, I mean, it's so funny that what was said that would make them even think that you were shooting your shot.
Nothing. Actually, that other girl and I were talking about music. We were literally talking about music, and she asked me did I play. I was like, yeah, I play the piano and such and such. So, so you play that? Well, I'm putting the group together. Maybe you be down. I was like, yeah, I mean, I haven't played in a while, but yeah, that was the extent of conversation she and I had, and that conversation was had in the midst of this other person being there. So after the show, after that event that we were at, that was kind of more of the conversation was, oh, are you serious about doing that? Because I'm putting this band together. Blah. I was like, I don't know if I am or not, but I mean, you let me know. You get to it, and then that's when this dude comes swooping over, and so nothing remotely would have alluded to the fact that, hey, man, he trying to get at her. And I was like,
oh, sorry, I was just going to say, and did she tell the other female friend that relayed it back to you, or did she tell her man that, and that man relayed it, or?
No, she told a random dude. That's what made it even more weird. The person that I got that information from wasn't even there at all. So I was like, okay, y'all not gonna have my name out here like I'm one of these dudes that's out here shooting my shot at everything going by, because that's not the case at all.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm at a point. I think I put that on the post. I'm probably one of the most, and I'm not saying there's a pat on my back, but I'm not aggressive enough.
Yeah.
So, but that's just, I know that about me. I'm definitely at this stage in the game. I'm really like,
yeah. I mean, you're up there.
Yeah, I'm right under you. Yeah, so I don't know if it's not a priority for me right now. So I'm really saving my bullets for somebody I really want to shoot at.
Yeah. I mean, is this comic is she very tall?
She's taller, yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't
What
have to be.
what y'all call that?
Yeah.
The people don't
Uh,
need to know all this information.
Yeah, dude, I had fucking I did, or I was interested in shooting my shot, but I got fucked. This is when I worked at Verizon, and I've said, like, with comedy, I would, for if I was single, like, for a female comic, for me to date a female comic, she'd have to make all the moves, or, like, let it be known. Because I don't eat where I shit. But this is, again, like 30 years ago. I was at Verizon, and there was a lady that I thought was fine, beautiful. She was friends with my friend of mine, Wendy. And so I was asking Wendy about her. I was like, well, what's her story? And she's like, oh, you like her? Whatever. I was like, she's cute. I don't really know her, but yeah, I think she's beautiful, whatever. So Wendy relays it to her, which overall that probably would have been fine, except that girl that I thought was cute was, like, married, and Wendy knew it. And so then
Why would you tell her?
so then, like, a few days later, I'm walking through Verizon, and that chick that I think is hot was like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, sure. At this point, I don't know anything. Yeah, exactly. I don't know anything about her being married, nothing. So she takes me in this side room, and she's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I thought it was a little, I mean, this is so long ago, but I just remember that she was upset about it. And she was like, I don't know why you would, Wendy knows I'm married, so I don't know why you would want her to talk to me knowing that I'm married. I was like, I didn't know you were married. She didn't say anything. She's like, well, I find that hard to believe, because Wendy, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. All I just said was that you were good looking, and then I had to fucking, it goes to HR and all this other horse shit. And I'm just like, yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Because people don't have your best interest in mind. Like, why would you say, Wendy, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Especially if you knew, you could have told me, oh no, yeah, it's cute that you think she's cute, but she's married. And then be like, oh,
thank you.
I'm out. I'm out. But no, don't go tell her, hey man. Ain't no telling what she told that woman. Ain't no telling what she told.
Hey, that dude over there trying to fuck that customer service rep. I think she was like a supervisor too, and I had just started there. She's like, hey, that little fucking peon over there.
Yeah, that's
so
why. That's
annoying.
wild. Yeah. So yeah. In other words, the moral of this story is keep people's name out your mouth. Like, it ain't. If you didn't hear it from me, and I'm saying that generally speaking, then it did not happen like that. It did not happen like that, and now I don't want. I don't want no parts of it, bro. I'm good.
Have you, before comedy, did you ever date anyone that you worked with?
Yeah, I mean, I've hung out with people I've worked with before, and it never worked out. Yeah, it never. That was one time when I was hanging out with this chick that I worked with in Houston, and I think I don't know if I told that story here. I went over to her house for what holiday was it? It was somehow I want to say Thanksgiving. And her fucking family had a whole melee, and the food was flying, and I'm sitting on the couch. Food flying by. Man, it was damn near full brawl. So I was like, yep, I think I'm good here. so, yeah, but we still worked together till that contract was up. And I was like, Jesus H. Christ, that's your family?
You're like, like, if we extrapolate, I'd be marrying into this shit?
Right.
Fuck all of that.
I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. It was not worth it.
All right, this is hilarious. The quote, if you string together 10 ones, eventually you start believing tens are possible. What do I mean by that? Dudes that get mad at a woman that's above their, quote, normal, rejecting them. All right,
so
elaborate.
that was an interesting conversation. I told man, I had this is my wheelhouse because I have all these interesting conversations with people. This girl told me that a dude got mad at her. First of all, they said they were talking. He said it was on some casual, and eventually he shot his shot. She was like, "No, I'm good." Well, oh man, that's cool because all I wanted to do was fuck you, and I was like, And she was like, she said I was kind of mad because I was like, was he trying to take me down a peg, or what was he trying to say? But then I'm looking at the dude she was talking about. I was like, well, I mean, he went up. He definitely shot up. Because the normal that he would be with, that I've seen him with, have all been down here. So I'm like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, if you string together a bunch of ones, eventually you can get you think you can get a 10. Yeah. So that's where that came from, because I was like, dude, but you can't get mad at her, or vice versa, and the dude can't get mad at a woman for them being like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
I always like anytime I like, if I approached a lady or compliment or whatever with the goal of hitting on her, if I got shot down, as long as they weren't like assholes, but if they were just like, oh, no thank you, I'm just chilling, or I have a boyfriend, whatever, I would always make a point to be like, all right, well, just know somebody thought you were beautiful today. Have a great day. Doesn't cost me anything. Oh, that's nice, boom, move on. Now if they were assholes, then I'll be an asshole. But that always cracked me up. Like, you would see that in the clubs all the time. You want to dance? Well, fuck you, bitch, you ugly bitch. Like, how did what am I, like Jekyll and Hyde?
Right.
I was fine, and now yeah.
And why? Again, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because it ain't even that. It's not worth it. You know how many people are in this world? So you telling me that one made you so upset that you got to cuss them out or tell them, hey, I was just trying to fuck you then. Well, then you could have saved yourself a lot of talking and just said that up front. You could have just told that girl that up front. And she was like, okay, well, shoot, I don't want to do that. And be like, all right, bye, Caminos.
I remember Mark G, Big Brother Mark, Markety G. We were at a club somewhere, my older brother Mark, and he's talking to one girl, and like they're getting along, and she had a friend, and I wasn't really necessarily interested in her, but I would just like, I'm just being a wingman. I'm just trying to, he's talking to her, so I'll talk to her, right? So I remember I was like, oh, what's your name? And she goes, Tina Turner, and like trying to be a smartass, and I go, oh, I'm Ike. Does that mean I can beat the shit out of you? And Mark just goes, God damn it. I'm like, I wasn't gonna. Easy said, call me a bitch because it's the rule. Yeah, I mean, it's
which brings me to this point. This was most recent. It's certain words that anybody would say, or woman would say to me, that I'm gonna be immediately like, yeah, no, I'm not going any further with this. And ditto is what the word ditto. Like, what did I say? I said, hey, yeah, just wanted to let you know you crossed my mind, and I hope you have a good day. Ditto. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out.
That's so funny you say that, because I used to use ditto as my thing about with thanks and thank you, like how I hate thanks. I said, to me, it's like if somebody'd be like, hey, I love you, and then the person goes, ditto.
Right. So I'm
ditto,
like,
motherfucker.
Nope.
You making copies? What the fuck you mean ditto?
This. Yeah. You just dittoed me. Nah, I'm good. That's that. That lets me know right there, because that's such a friend zone. But to me,
yeah.
And ladies, y'all can let me know in the chat. I don't know. I just took it as like, oh wait a minute. If I was thinking of actually shooting my shot, you just told me ditto.
Ditto. Fucking ditto.
I was like, so I started to write a bit about that, right back at you. Yeah, that's cool. That's what's up.
The worst is if they just go, oh, dope. So yeah, I got to run to the store here. Be like, you pour your heart out, be like, hey, I just want you to know, I enjoyed our date. It was really special, and I look forward to more dates. I just want to let you know I was really thinking about you today, and just brought a smile to my face. Oh, dope. So, hey, I got to go get my car washed. Can you imagine?
Hit you back later? No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Oh, ditto. Fucking ditto.
No, yeah, I was like, yep. Let me go ahead and pack this one up.
Delete.
I was up there loading up the chamber for the first. Like, okay, I think I may find one off here. He's a ditto. I'm going to put this back up.
Buster said you get dope. You got to just drive off a cliff.
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone
with her in the car.
Yeah, no. So but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm real fickle at this stage in the game right now. It's certain words. I don't know.
Well, dude, that's what's interesting though is like, and I think it comes through on these, like anybody that's watched multiples of these or knows you, well, I mean, I know this because we've talked about this, but you don't come off, you aren't bitter. You're not a bitter person. You're single. You're totally happy in your own space. And if you meet somebody that checks all the boxes, you're open to it. But if you don't, you're not woe's me. You're not different energy wise or mood. You're in a good place,
100%. Yeah, and the fact that I feel that way, and thank you for noticing, because it's taken me a long time to get here, and I think there's only been one other time in my life that I felt like that. And I think I was single for almost like I won't say 5 years. This was right after my divorce.
Carlos isn't bitter. Natasha says Carlos isn't bitter, but he's got a lot of boundaries. It's a healthier alternative. Yeah,
I do have because I don't want to waste my time, nor do I want to waste any woman's time. So if I don't feel like it's going to go any further, I don't want to waste her time for finding somebody who might be right for her. And so if that's the case, I'd rather cut that off on the front end than spend 2, 3, 4, 5 months just yapping, knowing I'm not going anywhere with it. So, or I could just tell her, hey, I just want to fuck, and then be done with it. But I ain't got that. I ain't got to. Hey, I just want to fuck stage. Where maybe I'll have it, maybe I won't. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, it's so funny. Well, I know you're going to Laughlin, and we got our topics. Let's do our plugs and get out of here. First of all, thanks everybody that came into the chat: Victoria, Bussa, Natasha, Sanders, Moody. I want to make sure I get everybody. I think I got everybody. What do you got coming up?
As you said, I'm literally about to pack it up and head down to Laughlin for this week. Down there all week at the LA Comedy Club, Laughlin's Comedy Club, and then I got back here at the Plaza next week. I got some Don't Tells coming up. I got Texas coming up. Y'all check out parttimefamous.com.
Yes, and I am this weekend. If you have any friends or family or enemies, whatever, if you have anybody that's in Philadelphia or New Jersey, I'm in Philadelphia Friday night at Punchline Philly, 9:45 show. Saturday, I'm in Avenel, New Jersey, which is by Woodbridge, New Jersey, or part of Woodbridge, New Jersey. But you can go to bigirisj.com for tickets. Please let anybody know. I'm trying to pack these shows out. And then coming up, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. doing a cancer benefit April 30th, St. Paul, Minnesota, Manteca, California. I'm doing some shows in L.A. Shantae Wayans and Friends. I'm doing May 17th, and I'm doing the Dirty Show with the Smash Brothers at Ontario Improv on May 21st. You can go to bigirisj.com for tickets. And until next week, we're going to keep trying to put the love back in you right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.